Hi everybody, it's Nikki here and welcome to today's video, which is the introduction for a brand new project pan. This is Projects and Panning, a take on the Dungeons and Dragons theme. So looking at the prompts, I believe that this is based on the film of Dungeons and Dragons that came out earlier this year, I want to say. I myself remember the cartoon when I was a kid, watching that and absolutely falling in love with that show. And I think that may be where my love of fantasy has come from. And growing up, when I discovered that people actually play Dungeons and Dragons as kind of like a dice roll, kind of role-playing kind of game, I was like, I want to play that. I really want to play that game. It spoke to my drama loving heart. I did a drama course at college, that's UK college, which is age 16 to 18, and thoroughly, you know, really wanted to take part in one of these games, you know, and never knew anyone at the time who would play with me, let alone who knew what it was. And then a few years ago, I joined my local Waterstones book club. I got to meet some new friends and we got talking, and Dungeons and Dragons was brought up. One of my new friends disclosed that he was actually a dungeon master. He not only played the games, he led the games, and he would happily like create one for us. I was so on board. It was mind-blowing. Unfortunately, my anxiety took the hell out of me and I couldn't attend the first few games that they played. But luckily with D&D, you can bring characters in through the game. So when my anxiety finally let me go, I was able to be brought in, and my character's an elf, and I'm a bit of a studious elf. I'm a bit of a bookworm. My character's name is Enya, and yeah, we're all on this quest together. I thoroughly enjoy it. I have such a great time. In fact, I actually look forward to our Dungeons and Dragons gameplay more than I do book club nowadays. So yeah, but as I say, I think this project was created based on the film. I don't know if the creator, who is Alyshia from Wonder in Alleyland, I don't know if she plays D&D as well or what, I don't know. Let me get up the information on the PANtastic Facebook group, and we can read what it says. So this is what it says on the PANtastic Ladies Facebook group for this. So, Projects and Panning, a Dungeons and Dragons project pan, created by Alyshia Julian from Wonder in Alleyland. The date that this will be running from is October the 15th this year to October the 14th of next year. Updates are monthly rolling style, and the hashtag is hashtag DND Panning. In order to complete the campaign, you and your friends must defeat the tasks at hand. Choose one product from each category, rolling style. Race and class go together. You cannot move on from one until you've met the goal on both. If you complete one and not the other, roll in a place or monster or item prompt in its place. Bless me. And then there is a Google Doc with all the prompts for easy viewing. So you have to choose your race, your class, your place to travel to, your monster or person to cross, an item to help on your journey, and you have prompts for each of those items. Now, I thought what would be best for me, because I am doing a lot of projects at the moment, but I just had to do this one, was I've written down all of my prompts here, and I'm just going to take the first on each list. So the first in race is Dragonborn, the first in class is Barbarian, the first in places is the Abandoned Mine, the first in monsters is Asmodeus, and the first in the wondrous item is Bag of Holding. So those are going to be my first 5 things that I choose. I have looked at the prompts and I have chosen products that I want to use for those prompts. Now, I thought, how am I going to do this? Well, because I love playing D&D so much, I have my own D20 dice. And I thought, how great would it be if I roll the dice to see how many times I need to use each product? So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll the D20 dice, and that will tell me how many times I need to use the product before I can roll it out. So it's a completely useless then, usage goal project pan for me, but that's the only way I can fit this in. So let's go with the first roll. So the first roll is Dragonborn, and this is a product with embossing or print. So I chose my L'Oreal bronzer in Glam Bronze, and this has the L'Oreal symbol embossed into it. This is my oldest bronzer in my collection, so I definitely want to get some uses out on it. So let me roll the dice and see how many uses I need to do. Okay, so I have this Fairy Loot bag with a couple of dice in. I have a normal 6-piece dice. We're not going to use that today. And then I got this beautiful 20-sided dice from Fairy Loot. So we're going to use that. First product we're going to roll for is the L'Oreal bronzer. So let's give it a roll. And we're using it 11 times. So that was 11 uses. So I will use this 11 times and then I can roll it out. For my class, that was for my race, by the way. For my class, I chose, top of the list, Barbarian, a product that gives you strength. Now, I thought, it doesn't give me strength, but it might... I'm stretching it. I'm going with this. Now, I did have this in a project pan before, and I realised I don't use these products, but if I don't put it in a project pan, I'll never use it. So it's the Pantene Hair Multiplier with biotin, rosewater, and vitamin B3. Hair thickening treatment. So I'm thinking it's going to strengthen my hair, give it more bounce, give it more oof, you know. And I don't know, but when my hair looks good, I feel better. I feel stronger. Yeah, so let's go with it. It was very hard to think of something that fit with that. So let's roll the dice and see how many times I need to use this item. Next product we're going to use is the Pantene Hair Multiplier. So let's roll and see how many times we need to use it. 4 times. So 4. I was really worried it was going to get me the D20 then. But yeah, 4 uses and I can roll this product out. The next thing we need to choose is our first place, and that is the Abandoned Mine. And I need to find a mineral themed product. Now I must admit I had to Google what a mineral was. Not 100% sure what was a mineral, what wasn't a mineral, and you know, I was awful at those games where it was like, oh, is it a mineral thingy or whatever. It's just awful. So I discovered that quartz is one of the most common minerals found on Earth. So I've got the Elf Halo Glow Beauty Wand in rose quartz. There we go. So this is a beautiful highlighter, absolutely stunning. So let's roll the dice and see how many times I need to use this beauty. The next product is the Elf Halo Glow Beauty Wand highlighter in rose quartz. So let's see how many times we need to use this. That is 18 times. 18! Yes! Not going to be difficult, let's be honest. I love this beautiful thing. In fact, I bought a backup of it because I love it so much, because it was starting to, I was worried because this was already starting to look thin, and yeah, I didn't know how long these were going to stick around, so I bought a second one. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed at all. I love this beauty. So yeah, 18 times, beautiful. Our next item is for our monster. Who are we going to meet along the way? So we are meeting Asmodeus, and the prompt for this is a 9-pan palette. Now, of course, it doesn't say what we need to do with that 9-pan palette, but we're going to roll the dice and see. So I picked my I Heart Revolution Dragon palette. I thought it was so appropriate for this prompt. Dungeons and Dragons, I had to pick the Dragon palette. Absolutely stunning, so pretty. I love these colors here. This beautiful, like, warm, like, colors, and then that pop of blue. I mean, yes. I would do the warm colors over the eyelid and then put that blue on the lower lash line, just as a bit of wow. So yeah, so let's roll the dice and see how many times I need to use this. The next product we're using is the I Heart Revolution Dragon palette. Let's see how many times we're using this one. 19 times. 19! Oh, is that going to be for 19 different looks, no matter how many shades I use? Or should I say 19 shades? So if I dip into this palette for, say, 2 shades for a look, is that 2 out of 19? Or is that 1? Let me know what you think about that. I have a lot of palettes that I've got in project pans, so maybe going per shade I use is better than per look, because that's a lot of looks. It might take me a while to roll this out otherwise. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm thinking per shade, to be honest. So yeah, 19 uses. And last but not least, we have our wondrous item that we need to pick. And the first on the list is Bag of Holding. Not sure what that is. But anyway, a product from your largest category. Gotta say, it's eyeshadows. So I went with a single. This is my NYX single eyeshadow in Mermaid, because, of course, it's the only NYX single eyeshadow I own. So there it is there. It's like a beautiful green. It's not exactly, I know I haven't swatched anything else, but it's not exactly, this is the reason why I'm not swatching. It's not exactly punchy. That's a real hard swipe, and obviously you don't do that on your eyes. So this needs a base. This absolutely needs a base, because it just needs something to give it more depth. Whereas when you do that, see how it loses some of its thing. So I'm not too impressed. That's why I've not bought any more of these NYX single eyeshadows. And why it hasn't had much use, considering it's called Mermaid and is a green. But I could have used it today. But yeah, so let's roll the dice and see how many times we need to use this. And last but not least, we have the NYX single eyeshadow in Mermaid. And we are using that 7 times. 7. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. 7 uses. I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. That's not too difficult. I think if I'd have got like the 19 for this one, it would have been a lot harder. But yeah, 7 I can do. So that is it. That is my intro for this project. Now, I will say that the update day for this is the 15th. And if you are a PANtastic Ladies Panna, you will know that the 50 Shades of Yellow/Gold project update is also on the 15th. So I don't like to put up 2 videos on the same day because, let's face it, nobody does that. So unless you're one of the big massive YouTubers, and then they're not editing their own videos, so they can put as many videos up as they want. Anyway, so I'm gonna check with Alyshia and see if, because I was thinking about my schedule, and from the 15th of the month onwards, I have quite a plethora of updates to do. Like, a lot of my updates for projects are in the last 2 weeks of the month. But really at the beginning of the month, I have my Shop My Stash, my Book Gammon. I now have my Charmed project that I created and I'm doing. But nothing really else. Sometimes, obviously, I also try and do my reading wrap up for the previous month in the first 2 weeks of the month, which I don't generally get to do very often. But other than that, I don't really have, my schedule at the first 2 weeks of the month is always less busy. So I'm gonna see if I can get Alyshia's permission. I mean, I'm late putting up my intro anyway, so that's fine. But I'm gonna see if I can get permission from Alyshia to post my updates for this somewhere between the 10th and the 15th, like 10th and 14th, somewhere along those dates, because I cannot fit another video in the last 2 weeks of the month. I just don't have the schedule. Or if I was gonna do that, then I would have multiple videos up in the last 2 weeks of the month and barely anything to post for the first 2 weeks. So I'm gonna see if I can get permission for that. But that is my intro for this project. Thank you very much to Alyshia for creating it. I'm absolutely excited to join in. I'm late doing my intro because I was ill. But yes, if you have enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.